That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we are live in the alley with Billy Trzynski and Josh Savali. Let's go, Buffalo! It's Sunday afternoon here in the alley. Footman is you at downtown Brewcombe Rally. Prognostication, hilarious jokes. Grab your beer when you're so glad you're here. We're live in the alley.
It's not raining.
No.
It's not snowing.
No.
But we are live.
In the alley! Week 15.
Wow, is it that late already?
Yep. 30 weeks of football have already passed.
Oh my goodness.
32nd week.
That's twice as many as I thought.
Yep, it's close. Real quick stat line, because, after the game last week, there's a lot of fun stats to get to.
Okay.
One quarterback won the game with this stat line. 23 of 30, 320 yards, 0 interceptions, 0 sacks. It's Matt Stafford's line last week. Pretty good. Josh Allen, the team that lost the game, 22 of 37, 342, 0 INTs, 0 sacks, 6 total touchdowns. They
So
lost.
I have a numbers game for you.
Ooh, I like numbers.
245.
Yep. That's the number.
Do you know?
Combined reception totals for Nakua and Cooper Kupp.
Until last week, 245 times
Yes.
someone has scored a team has scored 6 touchdowns
Yep.
with no turnovers.
Yep. And they won
And they won until
last week.
last week. Way to go, defense.
Yeah, thank you, Rasul Douglas, Taylor Rapp, and the never-ending pick-apartness of the zone defense.
Puka was awesome.
It was great. I mean, what do you do?
Cooper Kupp was awesome.
Yeah.
Stafford was awesome.
Stafford just made amazing throws. Throw after throw, he was, I don't want to say
Money.
on.
It was money.
If his receiver couldn't catch it, which they most likely did, no one was going to catch it.
Oh,
That's how
it's a
good-
perfect throw.
Right. When you're in, you're on. That part stuck because it was hard to watch because you'd watch the Bills turn around and go right down the field. I mean, Khalil Shakir, over 100 yards. Amari Cooper, this is how many games, and correct me if I don't remember the right amount. That was Cooper's sixth game with the Bills. He missed 2 games with the wrist injury. So 5th-ish game, 6th game, 14 total targets in those couple games. 6 here, 3 the one game, 14 total targets last week.
Yep.
And it worked. He was excellent.
He was Kupp again.
Yeah. No, not Kupp. I'm talking about Cooper. Amari Cooper.
Oh.
Had 14 targets previous to this game for the Bills. Had 14 last game with like 8 catches for 90 yards. And we can't win. Now, special teams can't stink.
That's the problem. That was why we lost.
The Bills punt team gives up heavy pressure on the punter 45% of the time when they kick. Odds are, I know it's not 50%, but
that's crazy.
They get close 40% of the time. That is the worst in the NFL.
I do get nervous. I didn't know that.
Yep.
But every time I see he's under pressure.
Right. Say it.
It makes me so mad because McDermott wants these guys on special teams.
Yeah.
And if that's number is correct.
Yeah. We're terrible at
we're
protecting
horrible.
the punter. Yeah. I do feel like Reed Ferguson got blown up on the play, which should have been a penalty. There was a lot of coulda, shoulda penalties in that game.
Oh, yeah.
There was the no right tackle offsides on 4th down. There was the one pick play for a touchdown that, it seems like when the
announcers called out that one.
Yeah. Brady, of all people, who can't talk smack about the officials, is like, that's a pick play. You got to call that. So they did it to themselves. Offensively, they're fine.
Yeah.
Bold prediction for today's game. Bold prediction. And this lends probably into the Lions' hands anyway. The Bills will not get picked apart by Jared Goff the way they got picked apart by Matt Stafford. McDermott's defense doesn't do 2 things bad back-to-back.
In a row?
Correct.
Yeah.
They don't. Now, that might mean that Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery and company just run all over the Bills, which is probably going to
Which
happen
is
through some
what they do.
Yes. And they do that anyway. That's their MO. But I don't see Goff picking the Bills apart. You get a little pressure on them, which we had 0 pass rush last week. So I guess I'm just grasping at straws here for the Bills to find a way to win this game.
No sacks. They didn't pressure him.
No, 3 pressures. 3 pressures on Matt
3?
Stafford. That he got touched. It's going to have to be a different story today against the Lions because they are a wagon.
But
Goff also threw 5 interceptions in a game a couple weeks ago.
I remember.
They won the game anyway.
I know. Are you kidding me?
It's like, oh, poo.
God, Nakua.
Yeah. So, yeah, I also had written down after that stat line about Stafford and Allen is, yeah, that stunk. And it was great. 42-44.
It was a fun game. We were down 17, and I wasn't worried.
You know, we were sitting here kind of like, is there enough time to come back? And then you're like, then they go, bing. You're like, yeah, I guess there is.
I wasn't worried at all.
What?
If we can get a stop, our offense is going to score. And they kept it. They kept it.
Well,
you ever heard that before? They kept it scoring.
They kept it scoring. Right. Well, the problem was, too, the Bills' third down defense has to be a world different today.
Yeah.
At one point in the game, Rams were 11 of 12 on third down. Ew. Like, that's bad. They punted twice. Gross. All over the place for the defense. Offense, Allen probably locked up the MVP. Unless Saquon breaks what's his nuts rushing record. And even with that,
I don't even care.
The Eagles to me are good enough without him. Bills with no Josh Allen, they might as well bring out the blackout rule. We'd be watching it on a computer.
We'd have to get a big satellite dish.
Mike Kelly be up there cleaning it off in the snow. Anyway, so the Bills are in the Motor City. You know why they call it the Motor City?
Because of Eminem?
Yep. And Kid Rock. And Ted Nugent. He's from Detroit?
Motor City Madman.
Well.
I heard that in stereo.
So did I.
Well, speaking of cat scratch fever, it's time for Jives with Hey.
Can't forget Detroit Rock City. Kiss.
Yeah. Oh, that keeps getting
Gotta
worse.
lose your mind.
It keeps getting worse.
Detroit Rock City. Yeah.
All
FC5.
Wow. You know who else is from Detroit?
The Lions.
Does Jack White is? I like Jack White. That's cool. All right. Anyway, hi, Jim.
Hey, Billy. Hi, Josh.
Hi.
Ready to talk some Lions?
Sure.
Wait. Ready to talk some Lions?
Yeah.
Lions?
Lions. Lions.
Barry Sanders?
Calvin Johnson?
Get to him.
Mike Kafka?
Oh, goodness.
Mike Kafka. Wow.
I got polls.
That's a
buddy.
reference.
I got
Not
polls.
bad.
All right. Well, in 2020, the Lions fired head coach Matt Patricia mid-season, finished out the year 5-11. Before the 21 season, Dan Campbell, assistant head coach and tight end coach for the Saints, brought in to be the Lions head coach. He promised that we're going to kick you in the teeth.
Bite your kneecaps.
We're going to get knocked down, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Oh, my gosh. That is awesome.
Well, in his first season, not too many teeth were kicked in or kneecaps bitten off. So they started the 21 season 0-10-1 before finishing 3-13-1. 22 season marked improvement. Lions finished 9-8. Last year, 12-5. Good for second in the NFC North, as well as getting Detroit their first playoff appearance since the 2016 season, making it way all to the NFC title game. Where you remember they were up. What's that?
Sorry. He was kind of a joke when he came in.
When he
Campbell?
did.
Yeah.
You know, when he
He's
was
so brave. He's a
talking
good
all that,
soundbite. Yeah,
what you were saying, like he was a joke.
But he produced.
Well, now he is. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, last year, remember, they were up 24-7 at the half over San Francisco in the
Should have won.
title game. Yeah, they lost 34-31. This year, Lions, week 1, overtime. Rematch with the Rams from a wild card game last year. They won. Home loss to Tampa Bay. They've been on a tear ever since. Currently on an 11-game winning streak, longest active winning streak in the league, and a Detroit franchise record. Tied with Kansas City at 12-1 for the best record in the league. playoff spot has already been clinched, giving the Lions their first consecutive playoff berth since they went to postseason 3 straight years, 93 through 95. Getting it done on both sides of the ball. Second overall in total offense, second only to Baltimore. 9th overall in total D. They have a point differential of plus 183.
Tops in the league, right?
Tops in the league. Just to give you a comparison, Buffalo second at plus 129.
Wow.
They also have the top scoring team in the league, 417 points total. Buffalo second with 397. Offense led by former 2016 first overall pick quarterback Jared Goff.
Geoff.
Been amazingly accurate this season. 1 point, he went 4 games completing passes at an 83.5% clip, the highest ever in a 4-game stretch in league history. In that stretch, he threw for more touchdowns than he had in completions.
That's wild.
Yeah. Overall for the year, he has completions percentage of 72.4. It is second to Tua Tagovailoa at 73.8. But remember, Tua has only played 9 games. Goff's played total 13.
He doesn't even remember them.
Probably doesn't. Goff's favorite target, 4th-year wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown. Continuing with the accuracy theme, they connect on 81.8% of their passes, tops for any quarterback and wide receiver. Last week, we talked about running back Kyron Williams of the Rams being a first down machine. Well, Goff to St. Brown has produced 53 first downs. That's number 1 in the league for a passing duo. St. Brown is tied for second in the league with receiving touchdowns with 9. He's tied with Terry McLaurin of Washington. Jamar Chase leading.
Yeah, that guy's a freak.
Then he got Sonic and Knuckles, the rushing attack. Jamar Gibbs,
Yeah.
1,016 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns.
Which one's which?
I think Sonic is Gibbs.
And Gibbs is Sonic.
Montgomery, he's got 771 yards and 12 touchdowns. No other team has 2 running backs with more rushing yardage. Gibbs and Montgomery are the only running back combo ever to have 10 or more touchdowns each in consecutive seasons. They did it last year, and they've already done it this year. Kind of helps, too, that if you have an offensive line that is ranked number 1.
And Penn
Well,
Sewell.
Yeah. They're number 1 ranked in Pro Football Focus.
Yeah, they're awesome.
All right. Defense.
I'm getting scared now.
It's getting bleaker and bleaker as it goes on.
Defense looked like it was going to be in serious trouble in Pro Bowl. Defensive end Aiden Hutchinson, who had 7.5 sacks in 5 games, suffered a season-ending broken tibia and fibula in Week 6 versus Dallas.
It was gross.
Yeah, they didn't show the replay at all.
No.
They even said, we're not going to show you that.
Scott called him a wuss, by the way.
Well, maybe it wasn't that bad.
Tape it up.
Shoot him up.
Mentioned earlier, they are 9th overall in total D. Even without Hutchinson, they're tied for second in the league in scoring defense with Denver and Philadelphia. Chargers number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Injuries. That's the big story for the Lions D. Last week versus Green Bay, they had 13 defensive players on injured reserve. No other team in the league had more than 7.
On one side of the ball or total?
That's just on defense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
With the slew of defensive injuries, the Lions allowed the highest points against for the year. Detroit still eked out a 34-30 win over the Packers, primarily due to...
Where is it coming from?
It's not on us.
Good Lord. That wasn't scary. I'm pushing Josh towards it. down, boy.
I got you, Billy.
Head coach Dan Campbell, his play calling was the factor in the game. Knowing his D was depleted, 5 offensive possessions, the Lions went for it on 4th down, getting a first down 4 of those times. Most important one was when Detroit had the ball 4th and 1 at the Green Bay 21. 43 seconds left in the 4th quarter, game tied at 31. Lions could have kicked a field goal, giving the Packers one last shot on offense, but instead went for it on 4th down and got a 7-yard David Montgomery run. First down, Green Bay 14, ran out the clock, walk-off field goal by kicker Jake Bates.
What do you think about that call?
Gutsy.
I think it's
Very
actually
gutsy.
it's actually so gutsy by Campbell. Campbell is a by the numbers guy on 4th down. They, as in like the analytics, like what are the odds, this and that. The odds on that told him to kick the ball there.
Yeah.
Kick the ball. If you don't get it, Green Bay gets it back. He went the wrong, I mean, as far as the odds are concerned, he went the wrong way.
Right.
And still got
Worked
it.
out for him.
Lucky.
that might be the most lucky call in the NFL this year.
But that was the third game-winning field goal for kicker Jake Bates this season, and he was the NFC Special Teams Player of the Month for November.
Way to go, guy. You're a kicker.
Oh, he's Player of the Month. Come on. Getting back to the injury front for the Lions D, whereas they had 13 IR designations last week, they're down to 12 this week. However, linebacker Trevor Nowaski has been ruled out for today. He's not on IR, so he had 13 on IR last week, 12 on IR, and one guy out. 6 of one, half dozen another. No major injuries for the offense coming in today for Detroit.
Not until today.
Yeah. Who in our defense is going to hurt someone? They have to show up first.
That's true. Oh, man. We're in trouble.
Yeah. We're in danger.
All time, the Bills lead the series versus Detroit 7-4-1. Buffalo has won the last 4. The tie being their first ever matchup on December 10th of 1972.
Oh, good game.
Quarterback Dennis Shaw of Buffalo went for 239 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Quarterback Greg Landry of Detroit was held to 8 completions on 25 attempts. However, he also had 3 touchdowns. Last one to wide receiver Ron Jesse in the fourth quarter. Final score of the game to make it a 21-21 tie.
Ron Jesse.
52
That
years
rascal.
ago.
Bill Slayer.
Bill Slayer.
Although the Bills do lead the all-time series, head-to-head, Detroit has outscored Buffalo 231-226.
Oh,
And
good for you.
Going to finish up a note on head coach Dan Campbell. This year, he can become the 4th head coach in league history to win 13 games in a season with the same franchise that he lost 13 games in his first season. The only other ones to do that, Chuck Noll,
He was good.
Bill Walsh,
He was good.
Jimmy Johnson.
He sucks.
All won multiple Super Bowls and are in the Hall of Fame.
Jimmy's got the worst hair ever. Ugh. Yeah, he does. He looks dumber. Remember we used to do like the Viagra commercials and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
You want your
Yeah.
hair on extends with multiple Z's. It was awful.
All right, that's all I got for Detroit.
You know, as offensively great as the Lions have been this year, the Bills have scored 30 points in 6 straight games, which is a franchise record. Today, if or when, however you want to look at how you think the game's going to shake out, the Bills would score 30 points in 7 straight games, which would be an NFL record.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. You know, and you lost last week. Oh, geez, by the way, it was week 14 and we lost our 3rd game of the season. Like at some point you have to ho-hum that a little bit just because it doesn't matter until the playoffs, but you want the best seed possible. It's kind of a...
You know what they say? You can't win them all.
No? Well, one team did.
Miami Dolphins.
245 teams won it.
All right, Jimmer, I only have a few here
Fire away.
because Detroit, I mean, there's nothing... you ever seen the inside of Ford Field? It's just a circle with seats. It looks so boring.
I have no desire to go to Detroit. So
No.
I've
I went to
never-
the car show there once. Don't go.
Okay.
What people say about Buffalo, so don't go to Buffalo either. Screw it. Go to Fredonia.
Go to
Charles
Orchard
Barkley
Park.
comes to Fredonia.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh, Chuck.
Chuck. Lions, within plus or minus 2 years, were inaugurated in this season. Or year, I'm sorry. First year of the Lions. Plus or minus 2 years.
Early 30s. I'll go 31.
Bingo! Ding, 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 ding. 1930.
All right. You know
Now-
who they were?
What's that?
You know who
No,
they
you
were?
don't win.
Who were they?
They were the Portsmouth Spartans.
What a better name than Detroit Lions. Right?
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Well, jeez.
All right. So obviously Detroit is on the short list of teams that have never won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Cincinnati, Buffalo, Detroit, Arizona. You know, the list
Jacksonville, Houston,
doesn't really go on, but it goes on.
Carolina.
But prior to the merger, plus or minus 1, the Lions won this many NFL titles.
4.
Right on the money.
All right.
What?
Yeah. 4. That's awesome.
I was going to say 1.
Now,
I do.
put your
I remember
memory-
watching 1.
put your memory to use.
Yes.
Last week, we had one of the names of the year in football when we were talking about the Rams.
Night Train Lane.
Also played for the Lions.
Yes.
Damn it, he is good. Well, it's hard to forget Night Train Lane.
Oh, that's a great name.
It is one of the best. So a couple of cool factoids about a team that no one cares about except for Todd. Todd likes the Lions a little too much.
Oh,
And if you're watching while you're sitting at Domus Fair having your bagel or whatever, I want you to know today you can't like the Lions. That's for Dan Sullivan to do, not you, buddy. Or not Dan Sullivan, Dan Syracuse. Dan Sullivan's a big portly guy, works for the Village.
all right.
No, State. Dan, I'm sorry. I know you don't watch the show. I forget who you work for.
Oh,
but
sure.
he does work.
Sure he does.
He does work for someone.
But you are portly.
That man, I've seen that man blow up like a pool floaty or a pool
I
toy.
thought you were going to say like a meal or something.
No. And you blow it up and it's a giant beer mug. To sit by the pool with. It's like it's supposed to be like a toy. And I've seen that man dump in make the world's biggest Jack and Coke and then drink it out of the pool toy.
Nice.
He's a good dude. Why?
I said, wow.
Oh,
But why?
And secondly,
thirdly, yeah, one B and D. Sorry, Home Alone. By the way, Home Alone 2 does not come close to Home Alone 1, and I will hear nothing more than that.
one disagreement.
No way.
you
No
didn't
way.
hear more.
Disagreement in our studio audience.
No, I didn't, Scott. No, I didn't. La 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 la
That's-
la.
I saw differently on Facebook this morning.
That's right. Yeah. Well, speaking of someone who looks like he could have been in Home Alone and still does, it's time for Q&A.
With Dubla! Double A.
I assume I'm robbing houses.
Yeah. No. Oh, by the way,
No,
if,
you're Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
if you are over the age of 36, you are now older than, oh God, what's his name? Harry and, well, Joe Pesci was which one?
David.
Yeah, I know. Who's the guy I'm thinking of with the hair? The
I
bad
don't know
guy.
his name. I can picture him, but
Daniel Stern.
He just had a birthday or something.
If you're 36 or older, you are older than Daniel Stern was when they made Home Alone.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you see him and you're like, he was like 60 in the movie. No, no, not a chance. Like, gross. Hi.
Hi. Are you 36?
7.
all right.
Well, then gross.
Yeah, well, we're all gross. All of us.
Very wrong.
Yeah, 7. I act like it.
So I don't know. I had a couple of disjointed thoughts, and this whole thing is going to be all random, all over.
Welcome to
the place.
Live
right.
Mail,
There's,
Aaron.
there's literally no
First time ever.
organization around this
Yeah.
thing, so
Jeez, don't threaten us with a good
you're
time.
just going to get what you get here,
Yeah,
right?
well,
Yeah. So I was thinking, I'm like, this game today is going to be a boat race. There's going to be a lot of scoring. So I looked up what are the highest numbers in a single game.
okay,
So
like
we're-
stats and
Yep,
points?
yep.
All right.
So I'm going to give you, let's see. Let's do what was the highest score in an NFL game ever?
Combined?
Combined number.
Combined.
Wait, combined number. Hang on. 103.
Close, but not high enough.
Oh,
112.
Not high enough.
If you're talking high, I'm going to say 420.
Not that high.
all right, 120.
He was really close.
113.
Yep.
All right.
Which game?
So it was 1966,
Mm.
Washington against the New York Giants. And obviously I couldn't use the Washington name because at that time
That's racist.
It was very racist.
The Redskins?
Yes.
It's on paper somewhere. You can read it.
Washington scored 72 points.
Oh,
And then the Giants scored 41.
I was thinking of the Chief, like modern era. I wonder if the Chiefs Rams game from Monday Night Football a couple years ago.
I think that was on
That was-
the
It was
list.
like 52 to 51 or something like
it was
that.
on the list.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Who had the most points by one player in a single game?
Most
There are-
points.
There are two gentlemen that did this.
Josh
Uh,
Allen last week.
Sammy Baugh and Josh Allen.
Nope.
So somebody scored 7 times. Or wait.
Well, all right. So technically, Josh Allen. all right,
Accounted for.
Yeah.
I need them to score.
Okay.
Not so it can't be throwing.
Right.
Gale Sayers.
Yes.
I was going to say Wilt Chamberlain.
Gale Sayers had like one where he scored like 6 touchdowns or
He
something
had
like that.
6 touchdowns.
Wow.
There is also a modern day player that had 6 touchdowns in a game.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
More modern.
Oh, Alvin Kamara.
There it is.
I was in it. Yeah. Was it?
You were in
Christmas?
it?
I think so.
Yeah.
What a present.
It was COVID year.
All right. Well,
Christmas night.
let's try most touchdowns caught in a game.
Ooh, 5.
It's 5,
Oh,
and
sorry.
I've got 4 players.
Jamar
Oh,
Chase.
man.
Did he
No.
do it once?
No.
Kelvin
Oh.
Johnson.
No.
Detroit. Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
Yes.
Hey.
Andre Reed?
No.
Yeah, that's worth a guess.
Let's see. There's one modern player
What, currently playing or?
currently playing.
Oh, wow.
CeeDee Lamb.
Nope.
Cooper Cup.
Nope. This guy does not play wide receiver.
Ooh.
Alvin Kamara.
Travis Kelsey.
There it is.
Hey.
All right. And then I have another one that I believe he wasn't a wide receiver, also older, played maybe for Tampa Bay.
It wasn't a wide receiver.
Right.
Older, like 90s or like
Mm,
80s?
I think right in the middle there.
Warwick
Nice.
Dunn.
That's where I was going, but
Kellen Winslow, the tight end for Tampa. Right?
post
Was he on the Chargers?
post Chargers?
Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chargers.
I
Yeah.
don't think he played for Tampa.
The infamous Dan Fouts game when he got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have
Oh,
got it
it
if
was
you
the
would have said he
Chargers.
played for
Yeah,
the
no, that's
Chargers.
my fault. That's my fault. And the other one is Bob Shaw, and I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know Bob Shaw.
And
I bet he's.
obviously,
he
if I-
He's
sounds
related
right.
if I
to
did my
Dennis
job, I
Shaw.
would have looked it up and made sure that I knew.
Well,
Maybe he's related to Dennis Shaw, who had the tie against
yeah.
It
Bob's
very much could
Dennis
be.
brothers.
I hope he's not related to Billy Shaw.
So there's a list of a few guys that have had most touchdowns thrown.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a stab at that?
How about we'll go with the number? Can I take a guess at the number
Yep.
first?
Let's
6.
get the number first. Nope.
7.
Yep.
Ooh. With Jake Plummer.
No.
Damn it! I thought somebody had a wild game like that played for the Broncos.
Peyton Manning.
There it is.
Wow. Wait, how many of them?
7.
Just him?
Oh no, there's 5 other guys. 2 of them are very old.
Why A Tittle?
Wow, very good. Otto Graham.
One of them also played kicker.
George Blanda.
Yes.
Dan Deerdorf.
Okay, and now there's 2 modern quarterbacks. One just retired. One I think is still a backup.
Mark Brunell.
No.
I got nothing.
Pretty good.
Let's see. Both have won a Super Bowl.
Kurt Warner.
No.
Really? I think he would have at some point.
Dan Marino, but he's never won a Super Bowl.
Joe Flacco.
Both of these guys are really like recently retired or still backup.
Flacco.
No.
Oh, I got nothing.
What?
Flacco.
One was criticized because he was too short to play. So
Drew
they
Brees.
traded him. There we go. And then one is still the greatest backup ever to win a Super Bowl.
Backup ever. Nick Foles.
There it is. You got it. All right.
He just retired, right? Yeah.
Yes.
They gave him.
I couldn't remember if he was retired or if he's still back.
They memorialized him.
That's right. Okay. So what is the most rush yards ever in a game?
Oh,
Like
296.
273?
296.
296?
Is exactly right.
Jamal Lewis.
No.
Damn it. Corey Dillon.
Chris Johnson.
No.
Eric
Newer?
Dickerson.
No, newer, right?
No.
Jamal Lewis. Did I say him already?
Yes.
Oh.
Middle thousands. Middle thousands.
Ladanian? No, he didn't do it. Larry Johnson.
Sean Alexander.
The plastic.
Pretty sure that he blew out his knee before coming into the NFL.
Willis McGahee.
He did.
He wore a purple uniform.
Oh, Adrian Peterson.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he beat his kid.
And then
I did.
that's how he hurt his knee.
Switch.
What about most receiving yards? What do we think about that?
Jerry Rice.
How many yards?
How many?
276.
More.
376.
Less.
3 1/4.
A little bit more.
330.
336.
All right.
Who was the really, really good wide receiver for the Chargers back in the day? Or Seahawks? Maybe I'm thinking. Is it
Steve
Allworth?
Largent. Lance
Largent?
Allworth was like in the 60s for the
Okay.
Cowboys and the Chargers.
Okay, and then who was the one you just said?
Steve Largent.
Steve Largent. I thought one of those guys had like a huge number in a game at some point.
Against the Bills, I believe it was.
We're still doing it today.
This guy was Ram.
Flipper Anderson.
Nailed it.
Flipper's a Dolphin, Jim.
No, he's a receiver for the Rams. He was a receiver.
That's a goal.
Not anymore.
All right. I wasn't sure how long that was going to take, so I'm going to save the other sheet for another day.
All right.
And then I'm going to end with a joke.
As you always do. It's the show.
Oh, wait. No, first I have to do this.
Oh,
sorry. So on the opposite end of scoring is teams that don't do that. So who are the 5 teams that haven't scored 30 points in a game this year?
Carolina Panthers.
Jets.
No.
Raiders.
Carolina.
Jets.
Raiders are 1. Jets are 1.
Carolina scored 30? Okay.
Yep.
Jets, Raiders.
Actually, I think they did it last week.
Giants.
Giants are 1.
Oh, they're so bad. Cowboys?
Titans.
Really? Wow.
There's another AFC East team.
New England.
Yes.
Wow. So we're down to one more.
And this is the surprise one, folks.
Jacksonville?
Nope.
Dallas.
Kansas City.
Think the best team in the NFL right now.
Kansas City.
Kansas City has yet to score 30 points in their 12-1.
Wow.
That blew my mind.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
Black
Like-
voodoo magic.
like-
You're a liar.
You're in
You're a liar.
You're a liar. Brought to you by Creative Music and 11 Central 366
You're lying, I should have said.
in a
Wow.
company with Pats, Jets, Raiders, Giants, and Kansas City.
Wow.
Like that, it blew my mind.
You know, I
12-1.
wondered-
How are you 12-1?
And not for nothing, too, like
Ugh.
when you're talking, like a good point about those teams and Kansas City is total points scored for the season. Then Kansas City has to be with those teams in total points.
Yeah.
That is awful.
Yeah.
Plus, Kansas City has sometimes a really good defense.
And they're 12-1.
They might not have to score that many points.
That's right.
Or they just win by a field goal weeks every week.
Whoa.
Erica woke me up Sunday night and she's like, she pokes me. She goes, "They won again." I'm like, "Come on!" And then I look it up and it's like boink and in the worst way imaginable.
I didn't even look.
With their third string kicker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Off the street.
Yeah, because the woman in the kitchen guy is hurt and the other guy's hurt.
All right, so let's do the joke.
All right.
What did one nut say to the other as they were chasing each other?
Cashew.
I'm a cashew.
All right.
I hate nuts. I hate peanut butter. I hate that joke. It's so good.
Well, I have a joke,
All
Yeah.
right.
and I've told it before.
Okay. It is.
Why? It's been snowing a lot around here.
Uh-huh.
Why was the snowman smiling?
Why, Josh?
You know the answer.
I'm a cashew. Oh no. Well, let's tell the Aristocats joke then. So a lawyer, they're all in the same room. By the funniest thing Gilbert Gottfried ever did was do a horrible 9/11 joke and then followed up with the aristocrat joke. It is one of the best things ever. R.I.P. Gilbert Gottfried. He was amazing. All right, it's time for Quick Picks.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Quick Picks.
Well, it looks like our special guest picker isn't arriving, so Jimmer will start off right off the bat. 1 o'clock, Kansas City at Cleveland.
Cleveland getting 4. Coming into the season, highest amount of sacks taken by Patrick Mahomes in a year, 28 in the 2021 season. So far, he's been sacked 35 times this year, including 13 in the past 3 games. Today, he goes against reigning Defensive Player of the Year and Browns defensive end Myles Garrett.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Chiefs 0-7 against the spread the past 7. But Chiefs, they're going to win by 2, something like that.
Josh and I know that the Browns have a secret weapon other than Myles Garrett. Go ahead, Aaron.
I think the Chiefs once again fail to score 30, but somehow win the stupid game.
You want to talk about the secret weapon?
No.
Okay.
I
'Cause it's
think.
the
Okay, so much for that.
I think the Browns are going to win this one because they're crazy quarterback.
Jameis Winston, the
is
super
going
secret
to
weapon.
throw for 4 interceptions and 8 touchdowns.
6 of them to Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, 6 of them to Cleveland is good. That means only 2
2
to
to Kansas City.
Oh my God, that stat from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where he threw for 700.
Yeah.
He is the best.
The most combined yards ever by a quarterback.
I funnest guy to watch.
Yep.
And that is the game on local TV today,
Yes.
too.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, yeah.
I'll probably nap through it.
I
Not
think
that excited.
I do think Cleveland is going to win. Speaking of teams that win,
Have you seen my butt? Oh,
What?
my bust.
your bust. Okay. Cincinnati at Tennessee.
Tennessee is getting 5.5. Tennessee 0-6 against the spread at home this year. Cincinnati 6-1 against the spread on the road. Joe Burrow in his career 12-4 against the spread as a road favorite. Give me the Bengals.
That defense is so bad.
They're bad, but
But the offense has found its groove.
Yeah,
They're I mean they're a juggernaut in that sense. So they're definitely gonna outscore Tennessee.
It's not going to be close. Cincinnati wins. Yeah, not even close.
okay.
Chase goes over 100 yards. Burrow probably goes over 300 again. Like he's just
Chase goes over 300.
yeah, it could. Yeah, it's Cincinnati. Washington at is it New Orleans or New Orleans?
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
That's how I said.
New Orleans.
Washington at
New Orleans is getting 7.5. Quarterback Derek Carr out again for the Saints. Jake Hayner is getting the start.
Ooh, man, he is good.
Glad you think
No.
so.
Start over.
Saints 0-6 against the spread and outright against teams with a winning record this year. Give me the commies.
The commies, nice. Oh, that's good. You waited all season to say that.
Yeah. Said it
I wasn't ready
before,
for
but
Commies, short for commanders, as we all know.
yes, of course.
I guess I'm rooting for the commies.
I'll go with the Native Americans.
Yeah. Washington, probably. Hayner, no. Baltimore at the Giants. Ugh, is this on the list for ugliest game of the week?
This is top of the list for biggest
Spread?
spread of the year.
Oh, I
Whoa!
Giants are getting 17.
Wow.
Tommy DeVito back in at quarterback for the Giants. Giants 29th ranked rush D versus Baltimore's number 2 rush offense. Giants have lost 8 straight. We're going to make it 9.
I literally bet on this game and I took
Yeah, Baltimore.
Baltimore with the 17
Wow.
points. I'm like, there's no way the Giants stay in this thing. It's going to be a boat race.
Well, and the Giants want to lose, I think.
Yes.
You know, and
Shedeur Sanders?
poor Dable.
Or
He's been
Travis
a
Hunter?
bad, yeah.
Which quarterback did they decide to throw to the Wolves today?
DeVito.
Tommy DeVito.
Okay. Because the other guy was
Drew Lock.
Lock had it was last week, but he got hurt.
Yeah.
Well, who's the
He got
next one?
hurt.
Yeah.
I have no
You
idea.
and me. You and me. There's a
Yes.
shotgun snap to the both of us. Right? So the Giants might be the worst team in the league, right? They could be.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's either them or the Jaguars.
But Baltimore has played down to poor opponents. this
Well, they're
year.
not going to lose this.
I'm not saying they will, but I wouldn't be surprised if Baltimore wins by 80. All right. Dallas at Carolina. Tell me about the spread on this game.
Carolina is giving 3
For the first time
since week 15 of the 22 season.
yeah, that they're a favorite.
Yep.
Yep. Bryce Young's got them going in Carolina, folks.
And last time they were a favorite, they lost that game.
Oh, Jesus.
They've been frisky lately. I'm going Carolina.
Yeah.
Where is it?
At Carolina.
Not that it matters.
Oh no.
it doesn't, but I think I like the run game from Dallas right now.
Yeah.
Dowdle's actually
He's really
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I think they eke it out. I think Dallas.
Dallas does.
I'm going to go Carolina, and I want to see Jerry Jones in the press box.
Oh yeah, those are great pictures.
I feel like Dallas was, they were this close to winning on Monday night against Cincinnati.
Yep.
And I feel like the way they lost the game, that's a demoralizing way to go.
Mhm.
And they're going to go on the road the following week at a frisky team, and you're both bad. I really don't think Dallas has a chance. And I understand what you're saying, but
Yep.
I think that defense, after holding Cincinnati, yes, they gave up the game-winning score, but holding them, getting the game in your hands at the end, and then boofing it away, I think that's demoralizing for a team that isn't winning. Like when you're bad and it gets worse, it gets worse.
Yep. Anytime you boof it away.
Yeah, you can't boof it away.
Boofing.
Boof Bonzer.
Oh.
Carolina.
The definition of boofing is Dallas.
Hang on. You got this eyebrow. Oh my, it's gonna
Get
hurt.
it. Get it.
It's gonna hurt.
Get it.
Hang on. Hang on.
I can see it from the steps.
Grooming tips.
Look at the
Yeah.
follicle on that
Oh,
thing.
wow.
Save it.
Whoa. Sorry, Scott. I didn't save Josh's eyebrow here.
I have another one here shortly.
Jets at Jacksonville.
Speaking of games that don't matter, Jacksonville is getting 3. The 3-10 Jets have lost 9 of their last 10. 3-10 Jaguars have lost 5 of their last 6, but their victory was last week. I'm going with the hot team. Give me Jacksonville.
I don't know. I think the Jets may have found a little bit of something the last couple of weeks in offense. I'm gonna go Jets.
Is Aaron Rodgers playing?
Yes.
I'll go Jacksonville.
Barring injury, he'll be playing the string out.
Is that true?
Jets. Jacksonville. Doug Peterson. No. I don't know. Probably wrong.
He won't have a job at the end of the season.
No.
In a game of actually like some weird rooting interest as a Bills fan, Miami at the Texans.
Texans are giving 2.5. Houston started the season 6-2, but they've been 2-3 their last 5. Miami has won 4 of their last 5. However, the past 10 times Miami has played a team with a winning record, they are 1-9.
Wow.
So I'm going Houston.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, I mean he's got Nico Collins back. That just makes that offense run. Without them, they were bad.
Yeah.
Right. So offensively, I think they'll be just fine. It's just about outscoring the Dolphins, and I don't know. The Houston defense is not bad.
Right.
So I think I'm going to go Houston on this one.
All right.
I'm going to go Miami. I think they have
Just so they can stay in
A
the
better-
conversation.
a better offense.
Yeah.
And their defense, I don't know, but I'm going to go Miami.
Because they're technically in the hunt.
Yep. I'm going to go Miami because I feel that Houston is the worst coached division leading team in football. I think they give up. They have bad penalties at bad times. They're undisciplined. They just have a lot of talent. But I think against Miami, if they get hot and Tua, like you said, Tua completes over 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get hot and going, I don't think Houston can keep up. I know Collins is there, but I think that they're an undisciplined team, and Miami is not hot, but better. I think Miami goes on the road and wins. That might be that's the end of the 1 o'clock slate. No buy, all the buys are done.
Yep.
So
Bye.
a game that could have nice. Some playoff implications. Indianapolis at Denver.
Denver giving 4. This is a matchup of the current AFC playoff seedings, the 7th and the 8th seed. Both teams coming off their bye. Colts have covered their last 5 games, but I'm going to go Denver in this one.
I like the Broncos offense much more than the Colts offense. Defense-wise, I like the Broncos defense more than I like the Indianapolis defense. So if I like both better, I got to go with that team.
I like the
you,
Indy special
AA.
teams.
I'm with you, AA. I think Denver somehow got good this year.
Bo Nix is
But
fine.
good for them.
Yep.
Good for them.
Yeah, Denver at home. Denver also lurking Thursday night is Denver and the Chargers.
Ooh,
Not to look ahead, but that's Thursday night. That's a big divisional game for both of those teams.
When you say not to look ahead and you look ahead,
Yeah.
We did it anyways.
yeah.
The Battle of Pennsylvania. The Steelers at the Eagles.
Eagles are getting 5.5. Let's go back to October 24th, 1965.
One of the best games ever.
Does Zodiac Killer have a kill on that day or something? I mean,
Well, we had Night Train Lane last week. This week, James Cannonball Butler.
that's awesome.
He averaged 28 yards per kickoff return to help the Steelers win 20-14. That's the last time Pittsburgh has ever won in Philadelphia.
Oh,
Wow.
As a starter this year, Russell Wilson 6-1 against the spread and straight up. Pittsburgh has won 7 straight as an underdog, but I'm going Philly in this one.
At the beginning of the season, I would have never said this words, but the Steelers are going to beat the Eagles. Period.
I could see it going either way.
This one's going to be a tie because I didn't expect either of these teams to be this good.
yeah. I thought Philly, after the way they ended last season, would just kind of stay that way, but they
They had
had
their
not.
coaches yelling at the fans. and
Yep.
It's been messy.
It's going to be 3-3.
Perfect. I like that. In rooting interest, You want, as a Bills fan, you want Eagles to win.
Yes.
Keep Pittsburgh down. I think it'd be a good game. I think I am still that guy underestimating Pittsburgh every week, thinking
Yes.
there's no way they're going to win.
Yeah.
But Philly at home, I think it should be a great game. Maybe.
Yeah,
If
if it was
they
at
lose,
Pittsburgh,
I
I'd
bet
take Pittsburgh.
Sirianni
Yeah, I
yells
think
at the
just home
fans.
field.
I don't know, man. I'm a believer. The Steelers have won me over. I think they're a good team.
I just don't want any of these teams to win. I'm with Josh. New England at Arizona.
Oh, that's a good game.
Arizona's giving 6 after winning 4 straight in weeks 7 through 10. Arizona has lost their last 3, but I'm going Arizona in this one.
Yeah. I got no analysis. Just, I hate New England.
And Arizona was good for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going Arizona.
Gerard Mayo is a bad coach. Their defense is bad. But New England will win because Drake May will make a nice scamper run to get them in position to either kick a winning field goal. They've been losing close games here and there. I think they get one on the road because Arizona I don't think they got them I think they're toast. They're watching the division get walked away by the Rams now after Seattle. Right. And they were into it, and I think they're toast now.
But he may not.
You're right. But he may hope. Tampa Bay at the other LA team.
The other LA team,
Chargers?
that'd be the Chargers,
I'm like, wait, yeah, the Rams played the other night.
is giving 3, whereas Arizona won 4 straight in weeks 7 through 10. Tampa Bay, after losing 4 straight in weeks 7 through 10, they have won their last 3. Chargers lost last week versus Kansas City. They haven't lost back-to-back games since weeks 3 and 4. Chargers 10-3 against the spread this season. I'm going Chargers.
I'm kind of disappointed that our game is the same time as this one.
I'd like to watch it.
This would be a fun game
Yeah.
to watch. I think both quarterbacks are excellent right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it just comes down to probably who has the ball last.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of times that's the home team, and I'm going to go Chargers.
I'm going Chargers for everything you just said.
I feel like
I agree 100%.
Harbaugh has kind of unlocked what Brandon Staley couldn't unlock with
Mhm.
Herbert
Yep.
consistently.
Yep.
Herbert's now finally being the guy that he was for 3 games at a blip, 4 games at a blip. If Tampa had their full complement of offense, Baker in a competitive game, Baker is one of the most fun quarterbacks to watch. I just think that
He's like Jameis Winston.
He's
Yeah.
Winston, but a little bit better with
Better.
the ball.
Yeah,
It's better.
I just think the Chargers defense is what kind of sells me on them for
Which
this
is
game,
funny 'cause-
unfortunately.
Number 1
here's the
scoring
break
defense in the league.
Yes.
Yeah. And but Tampa's fun. Like, it's fun. That should be a great game. It's
Yeah.
another one, like you said, it's on the same time, and it's like, crap. 8:00 game tonight. Green Bay at Seattle.
Seattle is getting 2.5. Green Bay running back Josh. That's it.
Yeah.
Green Bay running back Josh Jacobs, 7 rushing TDs in his past 3 games.
Oh, JJ.
Packers have not lost to a team outside their division since week 1 versus Philadelphia.
Wow.
However, Seattle has covered their last 4 as an underdog, but I'm still going Green Bay.
I think Seattle's actually better with Charbonnet as the running back.
Kenneth Walker's out too.
Yeah.
Because Walker's out, and obviously last week he ran for like 150 and 2 touchdowns
Yeah,
or
big
something
game,
like that. But I don't think it's enough. Like, because we saw Seattle and they had a hard time stopping us, and I would assume they can't stop Green Bay either. I'm going to go Green Bay.
The Jacobs surgeons is a big part of it.
Yes, very much so.
I'm going to go with Green Bay, but man, Seattle's a weird team.
Yes.
The past couple of years.
Yep.
I mean,
Gino, baby.
they have the Jets quarterback.
It's like who
But
doesn't
I'm going
these
to go
days?
with Green Bay because
I just don't know if Seattle has enough.
I think I'm going to go with Seattle in the goofy nighttime home Seattle game. Just for that
That's
fun.
fun.
Just by that. I don't think it's the
Oh, no.
competition is like this. I think Seattle's a little closer to Green Bay, but I'm giving it the goofy Sunday night home game twist.
That's fun.
Monday night doubleheader because we throw that at you in week 15 of the NFL. Okay, we got some hot ones here.
Yeah, what a slate.
Chicago at Minnesota.
Minnesota's given 7. Chicago's 2-4 against the spread and 0-6 straight up on the road this season. Give me Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota's offense is fantastic.
Yeah.
They
I
kill them.
think there's a big upset brewing here.
Oh,
but it's not in this game. I'm going to go Minnesota.
Minnesota, yeah. Minnesota looks all the parts to when they, if and when they play Detroit again in the playoffs. I mean, you're going to have another really, really good game. Minnesota's solid. Minnesota has a good Sam Darnold problem.
And then former Jets quarterback.
Yep.
That's 2 in a row I got.
Yeah. Minnesota, Chicago's had blips, but they've also had blips of being really bad.
Yeah.
The other Monday night game, tie your socks on for this one. Atlanta at Vegas.
I don't have
Vegas.
ties on my socks.
Hey,
Well, you better for this one.
Yeah.
Vegas is getting 5.5. Atlanta on a 4-game losing streak. Their last 20 road games are 6-14 against the spread. Quarterback Aiden O'Connell is questionable, leaning towards not playing. That would bring in Desmond Ritter.
Oof. And he was
Is
bad.
that with a 2 T's or 2 D's?
2 D's.
Okay.
This goes
Let's
into
get Ritter.
this gets into the who cares category.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
go
you beat
Atlanta.
me to it. I was so
All right.
going to say.
I'll go
just
Atlanta just because we got
don't give a sh.
Next.
Atlanta by 2. That leads us into what a lot of people are calling a Super Bowl preview, but both teams have to get there. The Bills off of a wild loss last week.
It was fun.
The Lions off
was
of a
fun.
really good game last week. I mean, both teams played in excellent games. 1-1, 1 loss. Blah, blah, blah. Last time the Bills and Lions played, it came down to Allen hitting Diggs over the middle on a big pass to kick a game-winning field
On
goal.
Thanksgiving.
It could be the same kind of outcome today.
Well, Detroit is giving 2. Buffalo is 4-3 against the spread this season on the road. Detroit 4-3 against the spread at home. Buffalo has had 4 road games this season versus teams that currently, not necessarily when they played, but right now, have a winning record and are 1-3 in those games. In their past 7 non-divisional games, Detroit is 6-1 against the spread. I'm going Detroit 33-28.
Liar. You're a lion.
Lions.
You're a lion.
I mean, he's probably not wrong about the score. I mean, these teams are going to score 30 points. And neither defense is going to be able to stop either one of these. That's why, the whole segment that I had was about the highest scoring match.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's just going to come down who has it last.
Yes.
And there's just, I don't know. I want to say Buffalo, but it could be Detroit. Literally either one could win this game at
what's
the
the
very
call?
end. I'm going to say Detroit wins this.
We thought we had friends.
You go first.
Is your microphone still on? Oh, it fell off again. Is it working? All right. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. 31-30. I don't think it comes down to really the team that has the ball. I don't want to say the ball as. I don't think the Bills win on a field goal. I feel this game has a lot of the KC vibes to it, where the Bills are going to make adjustments on defense at some point in the game, better than they did last week.
Well, everything's better than last week.
But the offense is going to be fine. I feel like the Bills put this game away with that 4 to 3 minutes left in the game, kind of first down, bury the clock at the end of the game. Sins of the father, don't screw up what you screwed up last week. And I think the Bills are good at that, not making the same mistakes back-to-back weeks against. You faced a good offense last week. You faced another good offense this week. Figure it out, and I think they do. And the Bills win in that 31-30 range or 31-0. We'll see.
31-0.
Well, I think our defense comes out humming. We're going to kill them.
Oh, whoa, gutsy.
What's that, Josh?
No doubt. Not no doubt. I'm thinking,
Gene Okerlund right now.
listen, brother. That's Hulk Hogan. Never mind.
Never mind, yeah.
But I
Well,
think
Macho Man, what do you think about the matchup?
I don't think we wait for adjustments. I think we
Get out.
give them pressure, get on them, and we're going to come out throwing for 1 billion yards.
Uh-huh.
So Bills 42, Lions 21.
Oh. Now, if you're Mean Gene Okerlund, you got on that with, don't you dare miss it.
I'm just thinking of Macho Man with the cup of coffee. The cream rises to the top. Go Bills.
Bye.